Hi, my name is Felix Valencia. I've been studying martial arts for over 30 years. I'm a specialist with knives and sticks. And some of the disciplines I've studied are Filipino martial arts, Lameko Eskrima, Muay Thai, Pencak Silat, Mandi Muda, and Hawaiian Lua, as well as shoot fighting and boxing. Now in today's program, we're going to be going over hold-up situations, which is close quarters. So let's get started. Hi, my name is Felix Valencia. I've been studying martial arts for over 30 years. I'm a specialist with knives and sticks. And some of the disciplines I've studied are Filipino martial arts, Lameko Eskrima, Muay Thai, Pencak Silat, Mandi Muda, and Hawaiian Lua, as well as shoot fighting and boxing. Now in today's program, we're going to be going over hold-up situations, which is close quarters. So let's get started. We'll start off with the front situations with front hold-ups, knife to the chest and knife to the throat from the front view. I'm going to get Matt in here to help assist. Now what Matt's going to do is actually put the blade on my chest. And from here, in training, what I want Matt to do is anytime I flinch, he's going to slice down. So he's going to, like this, and he's going to slice down. Go. Okay, write it down my body. Go. Yeah, he's going to do it again. Good. Now, this helps me to be non-telegraphic. The moment I lift, he's going to cut. So I have to learn how to explode. So what I want to do is first hollow out my shoulders this way, get the meat of the hand, and control this with my fingers. So at the same time, when I go one, then two, back to his center. Now this is pull, this hand, the left hand will pull, this will punch through because it's on the side of the blade. We call it pull-push. It goes right in the center, hits him, and I can do any takedown I want from there. Okay? I'll go with the full speed version. From here, 1, 2. So for training purposes, to help you explode, is when I flinch, he cuts down. Okay? Ready? Cut. And he cuts down, and he cuts down. Now I want to explode into it. Ready? 1, 2. 1, 2. Go. Okay. From here, his arm is fully extended. You could either punch or you could elbow. You could do any kind of finishing you'd like. If right here, I just did a simple takedown, forearm to forearm. This leg kicks back, half circle, energy down. You've got his arm laid out, knee on the head. knee on the body so he can't rotate, arm back, and then you've got control. Now let me show you from another angle here. I'm going to turn him around. And again, my hips will rotate, grab the meat of the hand, which is the padding. Once I hollow one, I get control of the knife and the knife hand. This arm, center mass, which is his nose. So anytime you pull push, anytime you punch through, you get center mass. From here, you can do a takedown, forearm to forearm, half circle, and then energy downward. Okay. Knee on the head, knee on the ribs, hand behind the shoulder, and you can just turn a little bit, and you could hyperextend the arm. Some of the don'ts in this as part of the grip is when you grab, a lot of people do this and grab and there's no thumb around the meat, and especially behind the hand. So when he does this, if Matt just pulls down, I have no grip. But now if I have thumb around it and he pulls, I'm still controlling the knife hand. When you do this, when you go from here and you give your energy this way and you come back, you could turn the blade and manipulate this any way you want. So I always like, when I'm about to punch through, put the blade, the side of the blade and the forearm together. Stop for a moment, then pull push. Rather than starting back here, because during travel time, he could turn the blade and you could be cutting yourself. So from here, I'm gonna go 1, 2, go. And then from here, take him down. Okay, we're going to continue our 360 on the body as far as hold-up situations. I'm going to bring in Alan, and we're going to do what is known as an ATM hold-up. Now, pretend I'm going to the ATM and putting my card in. Alan comes from behind and puts a knife to my rib. Now, what you want to do is hurry up and get relaxed. You don't want to telegraph what you're about to do from here, and plus when you do it, your arm is bent. You don't have surface to block any knife, because if you do it here, Alan could easily get the knife out to the side from under. So when you do the ATM, relax. The more the elbow is closer to the blade. And you can feel whether he's holding the blade this way, along, or the side of the blade is to your elbow. Now, the mentality is get the hips going to shooting out this way and the elbow straight into him. So 1, you pin the knife, get this hand, grab the meat of his hand, the bottom of his hand, and do a pull push. His arms fully extended, punch up, hyperextend, groin shot, elbow to the face, and take him down. Now what I'm going to do is turn it around a little bit, throw a little bit of a 160 angle for you guys, 180 angle. Now from here, Alan's got me, and he could actually be hugging. And if you notice, because the hips aren't being controlled or aren't being blocked, you could still pull the technique out, pull push, arms extended, punch up. Now, a lot of people forget where the joint is. Remember, if you're going to punch up, hit the joint. Not the tricep, not the forearm, but the joint. You want to hyperextend or even break the arm going up. Hit down to the groin, elbow straight up. And a lot of people want to do a backhand up. When you hit the groin, the body goes down, and you hit a backhand, you hit the hard surface of his head. You want to go elbow up to come under. If you could, from here, forearm to forearm, and you could sweep too, and take him down. By relaxing your elbow and putting it against the blade, you know how Alan's holding the blade. You know if he's holding it to the side by side, that you're going to cut yourself. And if he's holding it flat-wise, you're going to go against the flat of the blade. So what we're going to do is go over some things, some intricacies of this. If Alan's holding the blade different, and I can't work my forearm against the flat of the side of the blade, because he turned the blade this way, where I'm going to cut myself, I'm going to lift my elbow up over the blade, scoop it down, so I work the side of the blade now, pull push, and it comes out. Okay? Go through your intricacies of hyperextending, groin, elbow, and takedown. Now we're going to go with a situation, what if he had a hard grip or something happened that the technique didn't go through. Right here, and something happened and he's giving you a hard time. This is what you want. This is the bend. When you push it over like this, it rotates. So Alan could be, you see his muscles, he's already braced up. So when I go here, what I did was rotate his arm, and we call it snaking. Now I'm going to show you how it looks in real time, in the actual situation. Putting my money in, actually putting my ATM card in, getting the money out. I'm been held up, and I'm freaking out. So what I want to do is non-telegraphic. Now from here, what I'm going to do is actually challenge you in your mentality and your techniques. I'm going to have Alan do a more difficult technique. And we're going to do the same thing, a hold-up situation. Now he's going to do the knife in front of my bicep. Now, if you notice, there's no pinning involved now. Now I have no elbow to work with. Same mentality, hips go out this way, away from the knife, but this hand comes into play. He can hold this all he wants, but once I extend and the hips go out, he can't grip the arm, this arm, to help counter this. So I'm going to push this way and get the meat of his hand. Again, the meat, top of the hand, just patting the thumb on it to control. Okay. From here, I'm going to go one, and if you notice, I just turned it. Now I've got the side of the blade again. And forearm, or there's different ways of disarming this. Forearm would be hitting, coming back, again, groin, face, and then take down. We'll go over that again. Again, the hips will go out this way. This hand, the left hand, will go out this way to push the knife hand out. So once it goes out, I've got the blade turned. I either could hit it with the forearm, which I did last time, or I want the knife back into my hand using palm up, the web of my hand, this is the web, go back into the handle so that I always get handle. It doesn't do any good if you do a disarm and you get it this way. Okay? So you practice disarm and back into the handle. You come back for a cut and take down. There. So this technique, the hips will shoot out this way to the side, just like this. Now you want to keep this arm with the body so it could do the disarm and help for leverage. This arm will go grabbing this top hand for hand control right here. Now if you notice, I twisted the wrist so I work with the side of the blade. Now this arm is close to my body. Now it could shoot out for a disarm. Come back, hyperextend, groin, elbow to face, and I'm taking down. Now one of the do's and don'ts in this is you got to get your hips out. Shoot it out this way to the side. If you don't, if you go for this and he still has enough reachability to stab you into the side of your ribs. So I'm going to actually not pull my hips out and watch Alan stab me. He still has me, no matter what. So you need to hollow or just evade and go. Okay. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's keep on going around the body with the hold-up situation. I'm going to have Alan come in. And the worst scenario for a lot of people, the worst nightmare is putting this on the throat. You've got to realize if he has any pulling technique or pushing technique, what I mean by this, if he pulls, the blade's on your throat. If he pushes or goes through, it's still on your throat. You need to control and pull down away from your throat and jam with his elbow so he can't retract. Okay? So it looks like this. Once we're here, I'm going to go 1. So I got the blade off my throat. I'm going to now hug this closer to my body, and I'm going to rotate out. Now from here, I could actually disarm him, bring it back to him, or just slam him. Okay. Again, you need to pull this down if you want to. Just pull it down your body and jam this elbow. Now, what I'm going to do is, right here, ask Alan to actually pull try to cut my throat. By jamming his elbow, he can't slice my throat. Once he does this, I'm going to hug the elbow closer to my body and walk around him. And from here, you got choices. Put two hands over here, have the elbow higher than the knife hand. If you notice, his body language tells me he's already off balance. Now you could slam him down to the ground or change up, use this hand and go here and keep this elbow high again and come up here so you're in front. You could be hitting him at the same time. What I'm actually going to do now is take away the knife and have Alan actually just choke me. It's the same technique if he does a choke on me. Right here, pin, and just rotate out. Grab the chin and take him down. Let me go ahead and show you that technique again. What is good, what he used in the knife, he's going to do it empty-handed. Okay. Same technique. I grab the fist, pin the elbow, and rotate out. Now I could either snake, going palm up, to take out his shoulder, or else I could both hands right here and drop. Remember, the elbow goes higher than the knife, than his hand, so he's off balance. If you notice, Alan's already on his tippy toes. From here, you could take the chin and then take him down from here. The same mentality. Alan's going to hold up the knife to my throat. I'm going to approach you a different way. And what he's going to do is, everybody knows this one, going under the tunnel. So what we're going to do is control this knife hand down, away from my throat. So you got a double grip on it. Once you step back, you can either slice him, palm down. Now, you can kick the face. You always have, some of the things not to do is put this arm and let him mule kick you from behind. You need to control him right here and always squeeze down. Some of the other key points is put your thumb in between the second and third finger. This is making a handle for yourself. You could disarm him from here. You use this as a tool, and you could go into what is known as a come along. And you could take out the blade by accident from here. Now, when you do a come along, press and then go out with his hand, so it shows more pain. Okay. Do it again. The knife's to the throat, pull it down, go through a tunnel. From here, you could add in a slice, a stab. We call this a pull-push, but the mentality of the pull-push is to get that back foot off the ground so he could go into it. His arm is straight, double thumb on his back of his hand, thumb in between the second and third finger, go into a disarm. You could drop the knife, use your third finger to bend his arm up. If you use the whole hand, his bicep and his forearm will pinch your whole fingers. So you want to use the third finger, come back up, and control. A lot of bouncers use this. A lot of law enforcement use this technique. It's called come along. The third technique for the hold-up situation, this throat, I'll have Alan come in again, is going to be footwork. So from here, I grab the knife, both hands going downward, away from the throat. This leg is in center line with his body. I'm going to kick it back, slide it back, same leg to the outside of his foot, and bend his knee from here, and disarm. From here, grab the knife, pull it down away from your body. When you do a slide, some of the things not to do is lift the foot up in the air and try to do it from midair, like this. You'll end up losing balance yourself. You want to slide it, so you elongate, make him longer, foot on the outside of his foot. Now just push the knee and watch out for this knife hand. You got to get it out of your head right here. From here, you could do anything from a shoulder lock to a break. You could knee right on the head to knock him out, or just twist his wrist. Don't forget, some of the key points when you do this, elongate them. Right here is, if you don't get your hand out, take his hand out of the way, and then break him down, you're going to end up cutting yourself. Watch what I mean by this. He's going to take you with him. So you need to tuck your head out, and you're in safe techniques with this. Now, we had a situation where the knife was up to the throat. Now I'm going to have the point of the knife to the side of my throat. I'm going to have Matt come in. He's going to put the knife right about here, right on the side. Now, this is called teacher may I. It's just raising your hand. My mentality for my body is to go half circle out and straight arm up. So when I go, I'll go really slow on this one. So when I move up, drop it down. So he's going to put the tip right here, and I want to get away. So my way of getting away is going this way with my head. My arm's going straight up. So 1, 2. Now from here, some of the key points is trying, if you do not move your neck out and you keep it here, you literally stab yourself. So everything has to go out, in. Now, as long as you have him, while you have him at a straight arm advantage, I'll do what is known from the Hawaiian Lewis system. Tuck it in, and this is called three-point break. Grab the chin, bend the wrist, and just expand. You break all three. Now, being brought up in the streets of LA, I've seen a lot of knife fights and a lot of hold-up situations. And one of the most dangerous ones is I'll have Alan come in, and they'll actually just put it right here to the throat, just to intimidate. Now, some of the don'ts to do with this is go with the rhythm, with the momentum. If you're going this way, you're obviously going to cut yourself. If you're going the other way, you're still going to cut yourself because the blade is on you. You got to totally get it downward, away from you. By working with the wrist, you can use the double-handed, and I call it sliming, kind of. And once you bring the energy down, and I'm going to do it really slow, is 1. If you notice, the blade just went off me, not slicing off me. So I'm going to have Alan to hold it tight, put it against me hard, and I just slime it down. Elbow up, knee, kick him down. Nice. Yeah. We haven't done this together, huh? I'm sorry. So, again, work with this. Just bending it down, away from you, downward. Not going this way with the rhythm, torquing your hips, or going this way because he still has blade on you and it'll cut your throat. But going down, it gets it off. I'll have Alan apply a little bit of pressure more right here, and I'm going to go downward. From here, elbow, knee, you can bend, you can spin him, and again, you get a really good arm break position and knee control. Now I'm going to have Alan come with me and approach me this way. Again, it's the same mentality, but this is worse because now I'm working against the wrist. Once I go down, you can see a little bit more body language and pain. So once I go down, he goes down with it. You okay? Okay. So right about here, I'm going to have him cranking a little bit more. Right on the wrist, both hands sliming, right on top. Like a karate chop. Downward, and he's already down. From here, it's a great elbow break. I got the wrist lock, I got a disarm. And if you want to get more serious, hold, then put your knee on it. Okay. One more time. So right here, I'm going to hug it, downward. Look at his body language. What you want to do, instead of going down with this one, once you go down, torque your hips. So go down, torque your hips from here. Okay. You can control him also by making him go down and putting your knee on his tricep. And this is a great controlling technique. Now I'm going to have Alan come straight across my throat, just like this. Right here. He could hold my arm, whatever he wants. And if he does hold one wrist, I'm going to use one arm now. So right here, one. Now this is just a matter of crossing, using the mentality. You're going to hear me throughout the whole series. From the wrist to the elbow is considered a stick. Since I'm an escrimador, I like to use this as a stick mentality. So by using this, I use this as a stick, and I still could crank downward on him. Just for fun, I'm going to have Alan come up to me and put the two blades cross throat. And this is just to give your students a little bit, or you, the mentality of going downward, but not cutting down. So you don't want him to get a chance to just use it like a scissor. You want to go downward. Let me go ahead and show you with the knife how to control the wrist, bend it, and put pressure on it. Right here, slime it down, one, so the blades don't come across your throat. Now let me go ahead and show you empty-handed. He comes up to me and does a double hand choke. Again, you pull it down, you got him into a wrist lock. This is known as off-body hold-up situations, where he's actually going to put the point to my back. Now in this technique, what I'm going to do is use my peripheral vision, look at the corner of my eyes, and I notice his left hand's empty. So I know his right hand has the knife hand. He'll probably ask me to look forward again. So I'm looking forward. Now I could go ahead with the technique. With this technique, I want to do is, we call it shoot a dog sniffing your rear. I know it sounds funny. And you're going to step out to a triangle, hug. Now once you hug here, you want to hug the bicep to the wrist so it's clamped on. And you could get your hit in. From here, you get a knee in, and you get a break in. Okay. Now, some of the other things is, he could actually just use his finger, and for training purposes, this is making sure your partner isn't getting lazy on you. If he doesn't look at his peripheral vision, he does this, and the guy tricked him already. So have your partner make sure he's training it and being honest and not being lazy. So again, I'm looking forward. I know I'm in trouble now because he's using the finger on this one, on me. So I want to go from here to here and then go into a teardown. Okay. Now, same hand, other hand, yeah. Now we went this way, we call it inside. We're going to go outside. Same mentality. I look at my peripheral vision. Now I'm going to use this hand and rotate the other way. When I go this way, the punch, rotate his arm up. My underarm area is going to go right under his elbow, and I'm just going to sit down for a break. So again, peripheral vision. I'm going to go this way, punch, rotate up. Now when you rotate, have the mentality with his palm up, palm down. I want palm up on this so it goes against the joint. I want to sit out and break. You go into a figure four hold if you want to. Hold the knife hand, hold your wrist, and just sit it out. You notice Matt's already in pain. One of the key points why I did inside and outside using the left and right is to show that either way you go, it's a technique that still could work. If you go this way, still could work. So it's just a matter of now feeling the energy. If you feel his energy going into your back and you're about to get skin broken or go into your spine, you got to hurry up and move. So bam, go! Okay. It could happen just that fast. And so once the blade starts entering you, go ahead. You got to commit, you got to go for it. Now we're going to go from frontal off body I'm gonna have Matt come in again. He's actually gonna put it right on me, right here. What I'm gonna do first is called toy soldier. And what I'm gonna do is use this thumb and go over and push this knife hand to his hips. Again, I'm gonna step on the triangle on the outside, not here. Because when he goes back, and maybe I've got a lot of good solid punches in, I'm gonna fight his legs and I'm gonna trip over him and just fall on top of him. So I'm gonna work off the side when I start nailing him with my punches. So right here, non-telegraphic moves, toy soldier, hit, hit, he falls, and I got side control of him at all times. Now we're gonna work on grabbing the hand. Okay, now once we got used to that, I want you to put your energy to his hips on his opposite side, so he's cross body. If he's here, he could actually just pull it down and away from me. But if he's cross body, he can't do it. And by me stepping on his outside, he can't counter me. If I'm over here, he could easily sweep me out. So from here, I'm gonna hit 1, 2, he falls down. I got side control of him. And I could go from here, knee on the face. I go in disarms, I go into breaks from here. Now that we've gone over some hold-up situations, 360 around the body, if you could foresee an attacker going for his weapon and about to attack you, from the get-go, you could do something from there. I'm gonna have Matt come in, and he's actually gonna go reaching for his blade. When he does this, I'm gonna push against his body and swipe with my forearm. And now I don't care whether he got the blade out or not. He's fully extended. I go into a break from here. Now let's say he did get the blade out from here. I got the knife hand, and I still hit it out of his hand. It's still the same mentality. Yeah. So from here, once Matt goes, I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now from here, let me go ahead and turn it around. Let's go with the other side. So when Matt goes for his knife, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Now let's say Matt got the knife out before I could even pull off the technique. I could push it against his body. So when he stabs into me, I grab it with 2 hands. From here, I could actually push forward, put the knife behind his leg and pull. From here, I could do an arm break. I could do a throw. Yeah. Okay. From this situation, we'll do it from this angle. He comes in, I grab the knife hand, put the knife behind his leg, preferably his hamstrings, and pull. Once it's disarmed, you have his arm fully extended. Put his elbow on your shoulder and just stand up straight and hyperextend, or just throw him this way. We'll go from this way. You okay?
Yep, I'm good.
Just a quick wrap up on this series. The knife is to be respected. You are going to get cut whether you like it or not in the knife situation. There's no one in there that's invincible. And also respecting your partners. Don't hurt them. They are your training partners. They're supposed to be your best friend, your best tool for learning and growing. And as far as safety equipment, use aluminum or plastic knives. Start off with plastic so that you get used to disarming. Go to aluminum when you get more advanced, so you now could figure out if you're getting the blade on you or not. If there's anything else, respect the blade. Thank you.